Hello, welcome back to my video. And in this video I'm come to teach you how to do the ring band, the part that goes on your finger for the ring. So with this you still need your same beading thread. So I've already cut a piece here already. It could be the same length as the one that you use for the bow. So you take it, don't forget your knot has to be on top, and you pass it through the bicon. Just like this. So it's the bicon is hanging in the middle. And then you pick your seed beads and you're gonna make this part, this first part. For here, this is 6 seed beads. This is 6 seed beads depending on the size that I used. And then this one is a 5 seed bead for the top. So I'm gonna do it 6 on each side. You can do it 10, you can do it, the number doesn't really matter, that's up to your discretion. So I'm just gonna pick 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Take my other thread and pick the same. So 1, 2. If picking like that is difficult for you, you could just pick a handful and just pick it from your hand. Sorry about that. So that's 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now you can see you have equal seed beads on each side, just like this. And you're gonna interlace with 1 seed bead, the same way you did for this little seed bead here, and the same way you did for this seed bead here. So you pick 1 seed bead and then you cross it, just like this. So you do this a couple of times. You could do the next one, you can continue with the 6 or you can continue with 4. And in the ones I have currently, I did a 6 and I did 4 bands of, this is 3 and this is 4 and this is 4 as well. That one is up to you depending on the size of your finger. I'm going to do 3 sets of 6 minus this one. So with the first set of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For the other side. Yeah, so after picking your 6 on each side, you pick one and you interlace. Okay, this is quite small. Okay, so that's one done. You can notice that the space between this and this is not the same. That's because of the bicon. The bicon here is bigger than the seed bead here, so don't worry about it, it's fine. So you pick another 6 again on each strand. and then you cross again with one, just like this. So now I have two. I'm gonna do one last one. And then you cross with another one. Just be careful not to lose your threads, so you avoid your beads coming out of your string. So now we have 3 for the center, so we're just going to close it up again, but to be sure you can use your ring mandrel depending on where your finger size is. I'm gonna try a 5, so you hold it and then you just take it around. Just like this. You realize that it will be like this because you still have to do one last one. So if you think this is okay for you, then you do the big six on each side that will come out from the bicon. So the same thing, pick 6 on each side. Okay, and then you take your other string, okay, but with this you wouldn't interlace through the seed bead anymore because you are ending it, so you pass through the bicon on the other side. Be careful so that you don't pass it through the front, but rather the under it. So you pass it where the knot is not there. So up like this, and then you just pass, and then you interlace with the other string as well. Be careful when you're pulling. So just like this. At this point you can try again on your ring mandrel just to get the exact, if that's where you want it to be. And you can see it's sitting right on the 5. I'm using the markings in the red, the ones on the left hand side. So you realize that it sits directly on the 5. There are no spaces in between. There's no space in between the seed beads and the bicons. So you're done, but you just have to look for a central point and then tie your strings together and then just cut. So I made the string come out from the seed bead. So now I'm just gonna form knots, just the same way I did for the bow in the previous tutorials. And tie a couple of knots. And then you cut. Just like this. And this brings me to the end of my tutorials on a bow ring. Very simple and very fast. Doesn't really take time. You can use different colors, like the one I'm wearing, or you can stick to one and then a different centerpiece. You can use silver seed beads, or you can use gold seed beads, or you can do it like this for the interlacing. You can use different colors, like the way I used a yellow, I used a blue, and I used silver. Thank you for watching the tutorials on my beaded ring. Stay tuned for more. Bye.